Hello, I am Brigantia Blackbird of the Blackbird Grimoire, and welcome to the preview and a few preparation notes for the second episode of the American Paganism and Witchcraft podcast. We will be finding our bearings. Now, in episode one, I made the case for American paganism and witchcraft and why it should exist in its own right. And in episode two, we will be focusing on three different guideposts that we can use to kind of get a sense, get our bearings, know if we're kind of roaming around in the right territory. So let's talk about guidepost number one. It is the Earth's root chakra. Now, the Earth, just as our body does have seven main chakras, and the root chakra just happens to be located at Mount Shasta, California. So your challenge, if you want to come to the live stream all kinds of prepared and ready with your thoughts and your comments, and you want to be a more active participant, is to research the folklore associated with Mount Shasta, the experiences of visitors to the site, anything that you can find. And of course, if you have been there yourself, or if you can go out there, if you're already out west and you can go to Mount Shasta, see what it's all about yourself between now and when the live stream airs, then maybe you can come with some firsthand experiences of your own. Then also review the function of the root chakra in general. What are the symptoms of imbalances and the methods of remedy? That'll be useful for us to use as a ground base to extrapolate from, how to deal with the earth root chakra. Assess the state of the earth root chakra based upon the conditions, attitudes, and behaviors observable in the nation. So we're going to be taking a good look around at our surroundings, and we're going to be doing it through the lens of what does all of this indicate about the state of the earth root chakra, because that is the chakra that we are all in the closest proximity to on this continent. So if we're going to be more impacted by any of them, it will definitely be that one. So that's why we're looking at it from that vantage point. And then we can contemplate how pagans can contribute to the improved health and the function of the earth root chakra. So we'll have lots to discuss with that. The second guidepost we'll get into on the day is the Astrological New Year. So the Astrological New Year occurs on the spring equinox when the sun is in Aries. It's the restart of the whole astrological cycle. So what we're going to do is research the mythology surrounding the constellation, meditate upon the symbols associated with the sign of Aries, and then we're going to think about the calendar, because periodically, as we know through history, societies will alter or they will completely reinvent their calendars for a variety of reasons. So suppose that our current calendar was just replaced by the astrological calendar. What impact do you think that would have on how we live, how we perceive the flow of the year? Just try to envision that if you can, because sooner or later, every calendar gets replaced, and it just might be interesting to think about how we might change, how we might live a little bit differently if we were going by a strictly astrological calendar. So we'll get into that. And then, of course, create a list of all the ways in which the energy of Aries can be useful to us. Now, we're looking at this because the live stream is going to be airing on the Astrological New Year. And because this is essentially a new venture, it is a new method of new form of inquiry for us. It feels fitting for us to really start kicking into high gear in accordance with that new year and flowing with it as much as we can. So I hope you have lots of insights about that. And then finally, our last guidepost that we'll get into during the episode will be the American spirit. So your challenge is to list 5 words that best describe the essence of the American spirit. And then which of these qualities do you see within yourself? How do these characteristics influence the mindset with which American pagans approach their spirituality? So think about your own experiences and the experiences as shared to you from other American pagans and witches, and just what is the essence there? How are you seeing how the culture that we've been steeped in our whole lives, how that has really impacted how we really even begin our spiritual road? That's something to think about. What cultural symbols stick deep within our collective psyche? I think that could be really fascinating to hear everyone's insights about. So I do hope people are able to come to the live stream and that they will have things to say, because we could really get stuck in with all of this. Then how does our cultural background influence the style of our rituals? And then if you were to plan an American style feast for one of our holidays, what treats specific to your region would you include? What really expresses I can't talk. What expresses the flavor of the region in which you live? What just what would anyone taste that comes from your region, and they would just know. They would have a sense of where it was from and the kind of cuisine and tradition it represented. And then finally, what pagan deities do you think have the strongest influence where you live? So think about it. We have a lot of divine energies roaming around the American continent. There are the native spirits of the land and, their ancestral spirits and various deities that the native tribes would have known about. And then because we are always connected to our gods wherever we go, everyone who immigrated from anywhere onto this continent, their ancestral spirits, their ancestral gods, even some of the more mobile spirits associated with their lands that they came from, probably tagged right along. So, what kind of influences do you really feel have ascendancy? Think about how people generally make their living in the area where you live. That's going to be a clue to what deities are a lot more active. Uh, what sort of agricultural products is your various area associated with, and just the general mode of where you live. Just whose fingerprints, what fingerprints of the gods are you detecting? So is another one of the things that would be not only very personal but extremely interesting because that'll give us a sense of where we all are with this. So I hope people will come and they will be prepared. And the live stream itself will be held on Thursday, March 20th, 2025 at noon U.S. Central Standard Time. That's when you can join in on the conversation live. And of course, if you can't make the live stream, and I know a lot of people can't because, I mean, it's Thursday, it's middle of the day. Most people are working their normal 9 to 5 jobs. So if you do catch it on the replay, just, leave your thoughts, anything you want to share, anything that pops into your head into the comments section, and we'll just see where this takes us. I would love to start incorporating people's insights into the discussions through quotes. If you possibly would like to join me onto a live stream, you can send me an email at American Paganism and Witchcraft at proton.me, and we can discuss and hash out the details there about what you would want to discuss and just kind of get a little bit more involved. So I hope to hear from you guys soon. I hope the next 2 weeks flies by quickly so we can gather around our computer screens and have this discussion about American paganism and witchcraft. And of course, on the day, I will also announce what we have in store for us on episode 3. So, see you guys then. Bye.